Laney College, and the backdrop is the Tribune Tower, located in downtown Oakland, built in 1906. The tower erected in 1923, a symbol of Oakland, and the Oakland Roots in their second season, 2020, their home opener against Chattanooga FC, and Chattanooga's first professional soccer match in NISA. They scored first here with Kyle Carr off of the corner, and Chattanooga went up 1-0 in the match. Oakland had to play from behind, down a goal, and down a man. However, they fought and they worked hard. They created chances, all to set it up for a stoppage time equalizer by their talisman, Jack McInerney. Here is Jack McInerney, still McInerney! Jack McInerney! He leaves off from 2019 and he leaps into 2020. 6 goals last season, and he's got a goal tonight. Oakland won, Chattanooga won. Jack McInerney in stoppage time. Welcome to the Laney College broadcast gantry. Alongside Ridge Mahoney, I am Charles Wolin. For the second week in a row, Oakland Roots looks for their first ever NISA victory. Last week they had to play a man down for almost an hour, and they settled for a stoppage time equalizer by Jack McInerney. But the wind is at their sails, and Jordan Farrell feeling good about this week.
Well, it was a great comeback, down a man for an hour, the entire second half, scored very late in stoppage time, and now it's about getting 3 points. They got that first game out of the way. A few changes we'll be seeing here today, but the theme today from Jordan Farrell was get the result. This team has never won a home game and here at Laney College, and this is a prime reason to do so because Michigan Stars just came up from NPSL, had their first professional game last week. The Roots really have the edge here today. Michigan Stars led by Steven Yunshai. He'll play in the target striker role today, but Coach Stremel has some other ideas for his squad and how to get through the 90 minutes today. Well, Alex Stremel was a longtime Bundesliga veteran, played with Stuttgart and several other clubs. He just came in to the United States last year, so this whole thing about American soccer, not to mention NISA, is all pretty new to him. But this team is, like I say, making the jump from NPSL, and we're going to see some interesting tweaks, even though it's a team that likes to play 4 in the back, packing in and make you break them down. So it's the Oakland Roots hosting the Michigan Stars, and it's live and it's next right here on the 11 Sports Network.
Looking at the sky, the same as mine. Work it, work it, work it, work it, work it, work it, work it.
Dr. Roth, thank you so much for talking to me today. This facility in particular has something really unique and special. It has an urgent care that deals only in orthopedic issues.
It's a hard task for a regular urgent care or an ER to be able to do everything. They have to be able to manage chest pain, they have to be able to manage an ingrown toenail, and so we figured that why don't we just open up our own urgent care just for these exact kinds of injuries.
I feel inspired now to go get my knee looked at this
Come
point,
anytime.
But thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks a lot.
East Bay Community Energy was created by 11 cities in Alameda County and is now saving customers $10 million a year by providing cleaner energy at low rates. Green money in your wallet, green power in your outlet.
Work it, Work that. Work that. Work that. Work that. Work that. Work that.
Scenes here at Laney College as we get set to prepare for Oakland Roots and Michigan Stars. Both of these two teams, it is their second game of this long NISA spring season. We're going to go to the third member of our broadcast team with insight and analysis, pitch side, Callista Tyree.
Hi everybody and welcome to the second home game of the Oakland Roots spring season. As you can tell by the energy behind me, Oakland is super ready to get this game started and get a win. I got a chance to talk to Jack McInerney, the man of the match last week, and he made it very evident that today's game is a must-win for the Roots. Obviously, in the first half, they had a lot of the possession, a lot of the energy starting, but it's how they adapt to the challenges that they face throughout the rest of the game is what makes them the team to be watching. Thank you, Charles. Back to you.
Thank you, Callista. And of course, Jack McInerney, the man who scored that equalizer, such a dramatic equalizer, Ridge.
It was a just reward for a tremendous amount of work, particularly after they went down a man. They had to go to the 93rd minute before they got that goal and a great pass from Manny Gonzalez, who gets the start tonight, as a reward for his excellent play. Coach Jordanfeld had used all 5 of his subs and all 93 minutes of the game before just getting that point.
A look at Michigan Stars head coach Alex Stremmel, who had a glorious career in Germany, and now here in the United States, he is so much enjoying his time.
Well, he went into the coaching ranks, came here from Wolfsburg's B team, the under-23 team, to coach at Michigan, and he's the son of American parents who were stationed in Germany, but he did have to take German citizenship, so he came up to the German system, played German youth teams, started at Stuttgart, where he played alongside a guy named Jürgen Klinsmann, who some people might know, more than 400 league games in Germany, and now he's here at Michigan Stars, bringing that influence to the brand new NISA.
On the opposite side, Jordan Farrell, he said it was good to get going. The first result is a plus, a feeling that we could have done better. It's important lessons moving forward, tune up a couple things this week. Let's take a look at the starting 11 here for Michigan Stars. It's going to be a 4-3-3. Arshia Baba is the goalkeeper. In the back line, the center back pairing is Patrick Sullivan, Goni Bental, right back Cameron Schneider, left back Andres Schalbad. There's 3 in midfield, Nils Vodmanis, Zachary Reynolds, and Joseph Adu. The 3 up top are Zanin Mahic, who'll be the target striker. On the right is Stephen Yunshai, and on the left, the captain, Kyle Newell. Let's take a look at the Oakland starting 11. There's 3 changes from Jordan Farrell's team that tied Chattanooga last week, but Jack McInerney and Matt Fondy lead the line this evening. Just beneath them, Johannes Harish and Benji Hoya. Sitting in the defensive midfield position, Manny Gonzalez, who sent that wonderful through ball for the McInerney goal. On the left, Heredia. On the right, Littleton, Adibor Adekora, Navarro, and the goalkeeper, Taylor Bailey. Thank you to our graphics team for putting up that wonderful graphic. And we are underway here at Laney College. Oakland Roots wearing their white kits with black shorts and white socks. And for Michigan Stars, it's an all-red kit this evening. Ball over the top and headed away there by Cameron Schneider. It'll be an Oakland Roots throw in this early going.
We had some problems supposedly last week with the smoke bombs being set off in the stadium. There was some concern if fire department was going to permit them to stay. Apparently they have returned, we assume, with official approval.
This is Michigan's first year in Nysa. And they have some growing pains, but they think they're going to be able to get through it. And for Oakland, they would just love to win a home match here at Laney College. Here is Nikolay Littleton playing in that right wingback position today from Oakland. In fact, he has a huge Raiders tattoo on his upper back, and all the players talk about him. They talk about that tattoo. They always talk about how he is Oakland to the core. Nikolay Littleton last played at SF City FC, played his college ball at Gonzaga University as well in the West Coast Conference. Throw in here for Michigan in front of Oakland's bench.
And I came to the training session last night where Gonzalez and Nikolay were out there, and you could tell they were both zipping around. I think they knew that they were going to start, but particularly for Nikolay Littleton, a huge honor to represent his community here in a start in a stadium not far from where he grew up, and I expect him to play with a lot of energy today.
Free kick here coming to Michigan. It's going to be taken by Yunshai, who was named to the all-region list for the Midwest in NPSL last year. Yunshai raises his hand. Got some pieces in there as well, including Sullivan and Goni Bental. It's low, it's on the ground, cleared away by Adekora.
Adekora read that well. It would have been easy for him to anticipate a ball in the air, but he handled it well with a good clearance, although that one wasn't quite so good. Now Adekora, didn't play the first half. He's had an injury problem, so he still might be a little bit rusty, but he gets the start tonight in the right center back position. Roots on paper line up with 5 in the back, but they want both those outside backs, including Littleton, who we mentioned, as well as Angel Heredia, who I thought had a very good game last week, to get them up the flank.
Here is Andres Chalbad for Michigan. And goal kick here coming for Oakland Roots. Michigan Stars, they've been around since 1998, plying their trade, of course, in NPSL as well. They played in the Founders Cup last season. And now moving up to Nysa. Headed on here, McInerney, brought down by Fondy. And now Littleton. Over the top, headed away. And a big clearance down the field for an Oakland throw.
But that's a kind of a link-up we want to see between McInerney and Fondy, sorry, not Foudy, Fondy, up front. That was a good setup they had there. And now you can tell that pairing is going to take some time to develop, but I think already that first 90 minutes and under such extreme circumstances to get that reward last week boosted the confidence of everybody, but particularly that front line, because this team's still aching for that first victory, and goals would make that a lot easier. Consistent scoring would make it a lot easier.
Yeah, and Jordan Farrell said they'd like to score early and kind of open those floodgates. They keep referring to that. And it did happen in the first ever game here,
Absolutely.
where Jack McInerney had a hat trick in the first 33 minutes against Cal United Strikers in the first ever inaugural game. But they do feel that once they get that first goal, there's going to be more to follow.
And they feel they're going to be tighter in the back, so those leads will be easier to protect this season.
Here is Harish at the corner flag. Had a wonderful match last week. He was running all over the pitch. Wish I kind of had a heat map and saw where he was running last week and doing a ton of work, and Jordan Farrell really liking his work rate.
Yeah, I'd like to see one of the tests that the players hate the most is the beep test as we go back and forth, and here he is, but he's strong on the ball. He holds the ball up, and a good battle there, and finally gets the free kick. But he's a tough guy. He likes to get in. He doesn't just a runner. He can get stuck in as well.
Here is Waldmanis, and now to the feet of Schneider. Schneider looking for that diagonal. He's found Kyle Newell, the captain of this Michigan team.
I think Adekora wanted the offside call. I saw him raise his arm there. He thought he had trapped Newell, but it was not called. Luckily, he was able to sheed the ball until Bailey, the keeper, was able to collect.
Here is David Adebor.
It's going to be interesting to see how well the Roots are able to play those balls out of the back to break through the first two lines of Michigan's defense. I thought at times last week they did that very well against Chattanooga. It was more difficult, obviously, after they went down a man, but those defense-splitting passes, I think what Jordan Farrell wants to see more of here tonight, assuming they're able to stay 11 for 11.
Heredia now. Into the feet of Gonzalez. Also last week's hero. He saw that diagonal on for Jack McInerney and played that ball to him in the 90th minute to equalize. Schneider will clear here.
I think Michigan's done a little studying because those balls were very effective last week against Chattanooga, and that one was tracked down rather easily by Schneider, the right back.
Navarro, and now Adacora, who's played for all three Bay Area teams. Nana Adacora, San Jose Earthquakes, San Francisco Deltas in 2017, where he won the NASL championship, and now Oakland Roots. And he's very much a veteran of lower league soccer. Played in Ottawa as well, and for various different clubs at the second and third tiers, including in Major League Soccer as well. So he knows how this is all put together, this pyramid. Here's Littleton now. Down the right side, good stuff here from Nikolay Littleton.
Unfortunately, Hoya wasn't on the same page as Littleton because he did a very nice job gliding past that first challenge, expecting Hoya to go all the way to the line. Hoya checked his run, so that connection missed. But that's encouraging as well to see those two getting on the same page so early in the match, or almost getting on the same page.
Here is Goni Bental. Bental, who spent his last club playing in Israel. Here is Abador. Who also played for Hapoel Bnei Lod. And now Fondi. Referee says play on.
You saw Newell, the forward, come all the way back to help win that ball. The Roots are definitely starting to set up camp. Not doing a lot with the possession so far, but they're controlling the play so far in the first 8.5 minutes.
Abador, and now Adacora. He finds the hard-working Littleton. Switch of play here through Navarro. Navarro's last club, El Paso Locomotive. The west part of Texas.
We're noticing in number 21, you'll see Zachary Reynolds. He's staying very close to wherever Benji Hoya wants to float. So I don't think those connections will be quite as easy this week as they were last week.
Here is Joseph Adu playing in that holding midfield position. Wide open there. Wanted that on from Valdemanis. Here is Adu, and now Yunshai. And the referee stops play here and calls it back. Our referee today, Turan Ozdemir. The assistant, Sarah Cortez and Stephen McGonigal, as well as the fourth official is Nick Marin today.
Reynolds will be standing over this free kick apparently. And there are some very tall players in the back line for Michigan. Although remember that corner kick where it might have been expected the ball to be played in the air. It was a low ball. Is Nadakora. Nadakora has got the mark right now on Matic. Easy to spot him. He's got the David Luiz hairdo.
I love a David Luiz hairdo.
Well, he's your guy. He's right there. He's got a beauty, let me tell you.
Free kick here for Michigan. 2 in the wall for Oakland. Standing behind the ball is Zachary Reynolds. Raises both hands into the area. Littleton, and sailing over the top there. I think it was Goni Bental who got his head to that.
And he came barreling in on Littleton and cleaned him out. Let's take a look at it here, going to the ball. Nice swerving ball to the far post. There you see defender going flying and holding his head in his hands.
Patrick Sullivan
missed the target. Might have been a foul call if that ball had gone into the net or been saved. But it was a good ball played in by Reynolds from the right side. The Roots will have to be careful about that. Like we said, they've got some tall players in the back for Michigan.
Here is Hoya, and he's got himself a corner.
Since getting that first game out of the way and a couple tactical changes, positional changes, I know there've been a lot of work this week on set plays. Benji Hoya took most of the set plays last week before he was substituted in the 60th minute. Let's see what they have in store for us today. Adekora, not the tallest player, but certainly good in the air, and they have some good height with Navarro and Abador as well.
Here is Hoya, it's Adekora. Fondy is there.
Kept it in play.
Bental clears, Reynolds, and now Mahic. And Adu rises. I think he got the elbow in there. And the yellow card's coming out to Mahic, actually. Early yellow card for Mahic. Free kick in a dangerous position here for Oakland. They're already lining up in the queue. And Mahic, the target center forward, booked in the 8th minute. Hoya behind the ball here, as well as McInerney. 6 in the wall here for Michigan.
It's a great angle to go directly for goal or to the far post. This is the kind of situation defenses and goalkeepers hate. He could drop the ball right in behind that wall of defenders. He could chip to the far post, or he can go for goal.
Here is Benji Hoya, and he just misses wide left.
I don't think the keeper would have got there. It was a good shot from Hoya, but just missed.
Oh, he just got that over the wall, and just barely off target. Good work there from Oakland.
As Gonzalez won that first header, now the Roots are in the attack again.
Here's Fondy. He's looking for his strike partner, McInerney. Jordan Farrell thinks that that partnership will very much flourish.
Gonzalez just got enough of that to get it over to Abador and prevent a counterattack, which it looks like this is what Michigan's going to rely on. Pack it in, break out quickly, get the ball up to Yanchai and to Mahic. Although Mahic with an early yellow card might not be quite so aggressive and reckless when he gets into the attack.
Here is Manny Gonzalez, and what a fine ball for Fondy. Can't quite get there. The towering Bental was there first. Abador.
And they're dropping the right back Schneider into the middle for those high balls. So I think if the Roots are going to continue to hit those, they're probably going to have to go out wide.
Here is Mahic on the left. Weaving his way through to Yunshai, and Yunshai wins that free kick. So another stoppage here for Michigan to restart with 6 home games left remaining after today. Oakland Roots Pro-Rated 2020 spring memberships are now available, along with a specialty price ticket for each game. Memberships include a complimentary member gift. Early entry to all home games, exclusive discounts on Roots merch, and more. To secure your membership, go to oaklandrootssc.com/tickets. Free kick on here for Michigan, and it's over everyone's head from Zachary Reynolds. Harish, who last played for SF Glens, and Harish goes in there, and another yellow card's coming out early here to Johannes Harish on Mahic.
So often happens when a player loses the ball with a bad touch, he goes diving in to try to get it back, and Harish got that first touch way too far away and brought the boot up. Don't know how much of the leg he got, but he certainly got enough to warrant a caution. Harish, hustling player, we mentioned the great engine he has, but he's got to clean up those touches in the middle third. He's given away a free kick, not directly in goal scoring range, but it's a situation where the Roots are already looked a little bit vulnerable on Michigan set plays. They don't want to give away too many of these. Referee giving a talking to Harish too.
Zach Reynolds, a native of Central Florida. has a sports management degree from West Florida, played in Sweden as well. Here's his ball, and Taylor Bailey's able to handle it.
That didn't seem to have much point to it. Roots are grateful that they can get the attack going as well.
Here is Benji Hoya over the top. McInerney's in there, first touch. Well, the crowd really liked that as well. Benji Hoya on the counterattack. I think it's becoming a phenomenon here at Laney College. He had a couple of counterattacks last week, and the crowd kind of oohs and ahs every little touch of the ball that Benji Hoya has. Really quite brilliant. McInerney brings that down just a little bit in front of him. He's got an opportunity there to have a go on target. But
well, after that goal he scored last week, he touched it in tight circumstances, in tight space, and chipped it away. So I don't think he's got any reluctance about running at goal in that kind of an angle. It's a difficult ball to bring down. He almost pulled it off.
Here is Kyle Newell, and he's dispossessed. One back here by Fondy.
Fondy and Littleton on the same page. There's another thing they were working on yesterday. It was getting Gonzalez, Hoya, and Fondy to play early balls out wide for Littleton and Heredia. And we saw Heredia do a lot of that last week. He hasn't hardly touched the ball so far today.
Here is Andres Shalbad. Shalbad from Venezuela. He spent 2019 playing for AFC Ann Arbor in the NPSL Great Lakes Conference. Had some time at the Chicago Fire Academy as well. The left back for Michigan. Here's Navarro. Now Anacora. This back three taking their time, growing in confidence. All the way back to the goalkeeper, Taylor Bailey, a native of Tennessee who played against a club very close to where he grew up in Chattanooga last week. Very much relished playing against them. Played across the other side of the bay for SF City FC for a couple of seasons as well in the USL League 2, but very much securing that #1 position in goal. But they've got some competition for places at goalkeeper as well, Oakland, as they're trying to ping a ball over the top.
Now the Roots looking a little bit frustrated. They didn't really create too many great opportunities with all the possession they've had in the first 20 minutes, and kind of a little bit like the Chattanooga game. Chattanooga came back into the game, of course, had the man advantage for a long time. But I think the Roots want to get through this period without giving up anything serious, because they have looked a little vulnerable on set plays, as well as balls served in from the flanks.
Chalbad, he's looking for Mahic. Bailey is there first.
And that was nice work by Bailey. If you're out of the game for a period of time, as the goalkeeper often is, you don't want to be slow in the reaction. And he plucked that ball right off the hit of Matic.
Adacora. Oakland happy to have him back after a little bit of a fitness issue last week, but he came on in the second half last week, Ridge, and really closed down Chattanooga's attack and provided kind of that veteran defense that's why he was brought here. Nana Adacora. Hoya. He sees it on here for Harish. Bental heads away. Throwing upcoming for Oakland. Abador. Looking for Fondy. Offside flag is raised.
And you notice again Newell on defense. He's pulling back and he's getting in Hoya's territory as well. So Hoya's really playing sometimes almost 1 against 2. They're kind of taking turns shadowing Hoya. And the Roots are either going to have to find another way to get him to the ball with more space, or try another route, because they have not been able to get much out of Benji Hoya here in the first part of this first half.
Headed away by Navarro. And you do get the sense here, Ridge, that both teams are just still trying to figure one another out in this opening 20 minutes.
Yeah, there's no question about that. I think they're all relieved that the early morning rain doesn't seem to have affected the field at all. I haven't seen any slipping. They all seem to be happy with their footwear. The grip seems to be clean. It was raining pretty hard in the morning. There was concern about how much moisture would still be around, but the sun came out. It's a little windy. The field looks like it's playing very well.
Away by Anacora. The cross came in from Kyle Newell. And the referee spotted a foul there for a restart upcoming. Oakland taking it quickly, getting on with it.
And that's another assignment that Littleton's going to have, is not just to help Hoya in the attack, but monitor that side of the field on defense. Something Robert Hines was doing very well before he had his red card last week. An important element of the attack. Keep that solid defensively as well as help out Hoya in the attack.
Here is Littleton, headed away by Bental.
That was a pass from Hoya to give him some space. Decided to go first time. Nobody been able to peel away from their markers amongst the Roots attackers, but they did enough to keep the ball with the throw.
Looking for Fondy, top of the area, Gonzalez, McInerney, the 18. Nick Littleton crossing it in, and away by Adu.
Littleton had another opportunity. They hit it first time, probably tried to make it too fine, didn't get much on it, but still, the Roots are getting more possession to see if they can turn it into a chance.
You know, they're penning Michigan back in their half. Adacora in an advanced position just around central midfield, but one back here by Shalbad. All the way back to Sullivan, who just clears and hoofs it downfield.
Now at times it looks like they're just having two players stay up front and defending with two rows of four, just like 8 in the back so far.
Adacora surveying the field, looking for the run of Fondy. And chip over the top, looking for Yunshai. Here is Gonzalez. Manny Gonzalez from Fort Lauderdale, and he last played at Tulsa Roughnecks of the USL Championship, so he knows this level very well. Not too happy with that call by the referee. There's been multiple free kicks that Michigan have won here in Oakland's half. Can they take advantage? It's going to be from Reynolds again. They're going to send numbers into attack. They're two center backs, Sullivan and Bental.
Remember last week Chattanooga scored on a corner on a blown assignment, a wide open player.
Reynolds, back post for Valdemanis, and Heredia heads away for a corner.
That was the same setup they had earlier, if you remember, and the ball just went too far. They like to get all the way deep, all the way to the byline, and then knock it back into the middle. Heredia was there in time, but they did give away the corner.
It's going to be Yunshai to take. Yunshai into the area, and Adu is there. And Adu just wide.
Adu almost did it right there. That was a good, strong, near-post run, very hard to defend, and I don't think Bailey would have any chance if that ball was on target.
Here is Adacora. Adacora, again, a veteran of lower league football and MLS. And now Kyle Newell winning possession back for his side. Patient here, Michigan. And then Littleton winning possession back on the break. It's Fondy through the feet of McInerney. Fondy still. Flag stays down, Littleton.
Ball went out, I think it's a goal kick.
A restart now for Michigan.
It looks like they've drawn a pretty good crowd again here. Obviously a sellout last week, a great atmosphere. With all the early morning rain, they weren't sure about who was going to turn out, but the sun came out. It's beautiful today. And so the field's in good condition. most of the stands are full. The capacity here is about 5,500.
Here is Newell. Looking to chip in his teammate, Yunshai, and a couple last forays here from Newell, who played at the University of Delaware and played at TuS Ennepetal in Westphalia. He's played all over Europe, Bulgaria, last played for Philadelphia Fury, Denmark, and in Germany as well. So he's the captain for a reason. And now another free kick coming here for Michigan. Seems to be the theme, winning these free kicks.
Well, the Roots aren't doing a great job, even if they win the ball, getting the ball off their feet quickly. That first touch is not there, and so that second and third touch, they're being collapsed upon. Here's another example. That's just some tenacious work to keep the ball away from the Roots, and eventually Vladmanis draws the foul.
Chalbad into the area. Yunshai, he's asking the referee for a call there. Not going to get it, though.
And they're forcing Heredia to come back consistently now to defend those chips from the other side.
Harish slips. Here comes Yunshai for Newell. Gonzalez looking for Fondy. Can he get there? They love his hold-up play, and it's not bad here from Matt Fondy either.
There's some tremendous work then from Adu, though, to win the ball. And here he is again.
Adu on the right, slips while winning it, crosses the ball in and wins a throw.
Might be the side of the field that is a little bit slippery. We just saw a couple players skid a little bit as they tried to find their feet.
Schneider, the right back, he'll take this. Looks like it's going to be a long throw, or rather he goes short here to Mahic. Zanin Mahic, and now Schneider looking to win that corner. And Amador upended. Restart for Oakland Roots. The sound of the Amtrak train coming into Jack London just behind us. One of the Amtrak hubs here in Northern California. Here's Hoya.
Oh, didn't need to play that ball quite so quickly, or if he did, it should have gone right to Fondy's feet, not into space, because Fondy had a little bit of separation between him and the defender, so the ball at his feet, he can work with it, but that ball just didn't get there.
Schneider. Brought down by Anacora. Into the feet of Nikolay Littleton. That switch of the field a little too quick for Heredia.
And the Roots have shifted the back line a little bit. It's Anacora in the middle now, and he started off on the right-hand side of the back three, and now he's manning the middle.
Adu. Valdmanis. Still Valdmanis. And now Adu. Return ball looking for Mahic. And it's Newell. And Kyle Newell didn't get all of that one there, but just a little bit of an opening there for Michigan.
And there were two circumstances there where the Roots didn't win 50-50 duels, and that's what happens when you keep losing the ball. You can't win those duels in your own half. You're going to give up chances. It wasn't well hit, but it was created just by sheer grit and effort from Michigan.
Space opening up here for Harish onto his left. Johannes Harish! Best move of the game so far for Oakland Roots.
And a good idea to get the ball to the feet of Harish. As we talked about, he's got some explosive speed. I think he surprised Michigan by coming up right through the middle. Shot from distance. And you can see some power in that left foot, but he gets under it.
Let's give a quick shout out to the Roots' music partner and Oakland neighbor, Pandora. You can listen to all the music and sounds from tonight's game by searching Oakland Roots in your Pandora app. Here is Zanin Mahic on the left side. Mahic collected nicely and neatly by Taylor Bailey. Just about a half hour gone here at Laney College. 0-0 the score. Charles Wolin, Ridge Mahoney on 11 Sports Network. cleared away by Schneider.
I think as you mentioned in the pregame, these uniforms look kind of like Denmark, you know, red stripes, all red, diagonals going down the side. But they don't look phased at all playing the Roots. They've settled into this game pretty well as Michigan Stars, and the Roots are having some trouble now breaking down this team.
Yeah, they're very compact. They like to settle in a little bit. Jordan Farrell told us that in our midweek news conference with him. And
no surprises.
But Oakland wins a corner, nicely won by Littleton. And a rousing applause there by supporters on the far side. Going to be taken by Benji Hoya. Second corner for Oakland Roots in this half. And here is the Let's Go Oakland chant. Loud, proud. Hoya punched away by Arshia Baba. And the referee sees an infringement in there, I think, on Fondi. Oh, there's the goalkeeper, Arshia Baba, from Tehran, Iran. He played in Iran's Premier League as well. He played in the Iranian Open Cup as well as getting to the quarterfinal of the Asian Champions League with his club. Now, Zanin Mahic. Mahic still, it's Zanin Mahic looking for Yunshai. And a scramble in the goal mouth, but Taylor Bailey pounces very calmly.
Yunshai showing some great skill there. Gets around Natakora, going 1v1 with Navarro, pokes the ball into the middle. There's Abador getting his foot on it just in time, as Vladimir was coming right in to poke it home, but the Roots escape.
And now Harish. Lots of space popping up for Johannes Harish. The ball trickling away.
See the frustration of Angel Heredia there. He finally found some space, but Harish did not find him, and the Roots have lost it.
Going to be cleared away by Patrick Sullivan. The center back pairing for Michigan has done well so far. Kind of batting down the hatches of McInerney and Fondi, arguably some of the best strikers in the league. And now Harish still on his feet. McInerney in space. McInerney, and he's got another corner.
Well, Harish turned the tables there after losing the ball and giving Michigan a good possession. He worked really hard to dig that ball loose. And some hard running, as always, from Jack McInerney. There's it is. Bursting past a couple of challenges. He's going down, but he gets it to McInerney. And McInerney knows he doesn't have too many options, so he'll just knock the ball off the defender and get a corner.
Benji Hoya beats his chest before he takes this corner. There's something special here on this. Hoya, far post, Fondi. Crowd may have wanted something there. Not much in that. As Fondi goes to ground.
Well, I think he was tangled up with Bental, and there was a battle going on there. But the referee didn't see anything amiss, so the chance goes awry.
Oh, what a lovely touch by Matt Fondi. Cleared away, and another Oakland corner coming.
Well, it was actually set up very well for McInerney to run onto it. The defender did an excellent job after losing the initial duel to Fondi to get enough of it to force it out. So Roots now lining up corners. Here's another one from the right wing. Let's see what Hoya can do with this. Again, all the defenders are up.
Quickly taken, on for Hoya, plenty on, Benji Hoya.
Probably took one too many touches there. Tried to get the ball on his left foot for the shot. He did have a couple players in the middle.
Hoya has Littleton. Littleton looking for Atakora, headed away by Bental, though On for McInerney, Jack McInerney. And a goal kick now.
You have to be impressed by how Michigan's dug in and defended. Even Mahic there, he's playing center forward, but on that set play, he was up against a pretty good forward in Jack McInerney and actually got the block in. The ball on the rebound came off McInerney, so it's a goal kick for Michigan.
Yeah, well, Alex Stremmel said he liked the vitamin D of California. They had the trip back to Michigan to train for the week, and then they came right back out here. They played Cal United Strikers last week, succumbed to a 1-0 loss. Goal right around the hour mark, but he's a very, very passionate coach, Alex Stremmel, and especially about developing the youth. We chatted with him for a good period of time before this game, and Newell's offside there as the ball's over the top. But again, he's got his team set up. They're quite organized, this Michigan team. It's not really a surprise, though, because given how passionate their manager is and saying, you know, we played a good game, but not good enough, and admitting we're new in this league, but we're happy to be in California again.
And they haven't had much time to train outdoors because of the weather. He's been training almost exclusively indoors. Of course, they're playing on an artificial surface, not a familiar surface necessarily, but they have been playing and training on an artificial surface. But we'll see what happens with the fitness, because when you're indoors, you don't get a lot of the long runs that you will need in a 90-minute game outdoors. We'll have to see how they last in the second half, but I think you're right. I think Mr. Strame will be very happy with the performance so far.
Anacora neatly back to Taylor Bailey. Oakland had to play a man down for an hour last week due to a red card to Robert Hines. Got their equalizer in stoppage time. They'd like to do better in their home matches, but it did somewhat feel like a win when it didn't feel like a loss, being able to get that point one back as Navarro goes to ground. Wants to play quickly, getting on with it just around central midfield. Abidor. Heredia. Now Johannes Harish. And Bental will just clear. Much better here from Oakland now. Pinging the ball around. Littleton.
Yeah, they're getting Hoya trying to pull him out a little bit. Maybe Gonzalez or somebody else slips into that space, but Michigan's not taking the bait. They, as you mentioned before, they're very organized, very well positioned, and they don't miss a lot of tackles. So you're not going to, I don't think you're going to get too many turnovers off of them making errors. Second half, like I said, if the fatigue comes into play, we'll see. But they're pretty well drilled about what they're supposed to be doing, and so far it's working.
Cleared away, down the field, and now Adu. Reynolds. He runs right in and over the top of Gonzalez there. Free kick for Oakland Roots. Just coming up on around 5 minutes to halftime. McInerney still just a slight little tackle there by Valdmanis. Wins back possession, and now Fondy on for Benji Hoya! Save made by Arshia Baba, and McInerney is onside. The goal stands.
Well, they're going to discuss it over with the, I didn't see the flag come up, so it'll be an interesting discussion about what happens. We'll have to watch the replay as well to see if it was offside.
Neither.
Of course, in NISA there is no VAR, so the ref officials have to sort this out themselves. But I didn't see the flag go up.
Neither did we, and she is raising her flag, so no goal there. As McInerney did score that.
Well, she may not have been sure about which player put it in. She was sure about which player was offside, and once the referee confirmed, I think, the identity of the players who scored, that would make it an offside situation. Here he goes again.
Here's Hoya, takes a deflection, Archiababa saves. Brought down by McInerney, who did finish it. Does not count, as McInerney offside.
It's hard to tell if exactly where he was, but again, the fact that it came off the goalkeeper doesn't make it onside. If he was in an offside position when the shot was taken, he'd be offside.
Turan Ozdemir going over to his assistant, Sarah Cortez, for that. And now McInerney. Nice nutmeg on Bental. One back by Valdmanis. Been very tenacious and done a lot of good work here, this central midfield for Michigan. Valdmanis, Reynolds, Adu. Yunshai, right side, Yunshai tackled away by Abador. One back here by Newell. And that one's spiraling over.
No, it's good to see Hoya get that ball on his left foot. He tried a couple of times to set up a shot earlier in the game, and this time put a good ball in. Excellent save by the goalkeeper, got flying, and then on the rebound, the flag went up on McInerney.
Heredia. Hoya. Navarro. And we're hearing that the fourth official will add 2 extra minutes upcoming. One back by Newell. So that chance just moments ago. Hoya with the shot saved by Archiababa. Offside flag was raised on McInerney, so the goal does not count.
Come on, boys!
'Here is Atakora with a few minutes left in this half. Abidor. And now Atakora. For Navarro. Chalbad. And he clears. Andres Chalbad for an Oakland throw-in.
Yeah, Hoya delayed his run out of midfield to try to get the ball wide to Littleton. And they do get a cross in.
Crossed in, off the bar, Fondy!
That was a great save. Don't take too much out of it from the attacker because he got a hand on that. A great reflex save off the bar. And now, scuffle here in midfield. Mahic, for the second time, has gone down under a challenge. For the second time, apparently, has yielded a caution. Here's the replay, first of all, on the shot. From the goalkeeper's view, there it is. Rolled back quickly. Good chip in for by Hoya. McInerney gets a lot on it, puts it on frame. Keeper just gets his fingers on it, tips it onto the bar. Here's another look. Woof, so close.
Come on, boys!
45 minutes played here, 2 minutes of stoppage time. Schneider headed on by Mahic. Abidor. Newell on here for Valdmanis. And it is wide.
I think the Roots are feeling a little bit snake bit just now. Goal offside, and then a great chance from inside, and the goalkeeper just gets the merest of touches to knock it onto the bar. So it was not a lot of product from the first 40 minutes for all the work they did, and then they had opportunities late, but haven't been able to put one in.
Throw it upcoming for Oakland. In the Michigan final third, Fondy is able to wield off Adu. Hoya crossed in, falls for McInerney. Now Heredia, still Angel Heredia at the end line. One final chance perhaps here for Oakland before the half. Hoya, lovely weighted ball for Littleton. Still Nick Littleton, fighting and crawling his way back. Gonzalez, headed away by Bental. And that is the halftime whistle. Zoran Ozdemir blows his whistle. Well, Oakland came close, but there was a goal called back for offside by the assistant referee on the far side. It was scored by McInerney. The best chance, the best move of the game. It was started by Hoya. Lovely save by Arshia Baba. It was close as they came, Oakland Roots. And Michigan, they held their own in this first half. Won many free kicks in Oakland's half and was decent here on the counterattack.
Well, they did a pretty good job of clamping down on Hoya, and it took a while for him to find the spaces and the right pairings and the timings to get him into dangerous positions. Another good half, I thought, for Jack McInerney, even though he wasn't able to score. Fondy kind of in and out of the game in the attack, using him as the post-up guy. And here we'll take another look at this situation. You see Hoya gets it off the ball, gets it off a steal. Good work from him. Fondy with the touch. Excellent save. And look at the positions of the attackers. And that ball did fall to McInerney. Immediately, all the arms go up on the Michigan Stars. And they point to the lineswoman. And so the referee goes over to make the discussion. Here we'll have one more look at it. That's hard to tell. We don't have the side angle to see exactly where McInerney was. If he was beyond the goalkeeper, he would have been offside. It looked like a very, very tight decision, however. So it looked like she was starting to put the flag up. I thought it might have been confusion about which player was offside. If it was the same player who scored the goal, turns out that in the judgment of the officials, that's what happened.
All right, so at halftime, after the first 45 minutes, Oakland 0, Michigan 0. We'll see you back after these halftime messages. We're live here at Laney College as you see Zanin Mahic going through his paces, getting ready for the second half. And we're going to go down to Callista Tyree, who's with head coach Jordan Farrell.
And give me a countdown. Go, go. Why don't you say camera 4, go, go.
Thanks, everybody, and here we are with Coach Farrell. Coach, can you give us some thoughts on the first half so far?
Yeah, I thought it was a good half. We got close. I think it's a goal, and it's going to come to us. We're positive. We need to move the ball quicker. They're very organized and making it tough for us. So big challenge in the second half.
And what do you think going tactically, do you need to change going into that second half?
Yeah, we made a couple of adjustments. I mean, they took a page out of Chattanooga's book, firing at our back line like that on the long pass. So we have to be better about managing that. And then there's a couple other things, but I think mainly we just need to play quicker. If we play quicker, we'll get there.
You already have 2 players with yellow cards. Any changes coming in with those players?
Yeah, there'll be a couple here. 2 subs just real quickly. One for Johannes, who's on a yellow, and not because he's on a yellow, but just more to change the tempo for us.
Okay. So. All right, thanks so much, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, back to you, Charles.
Thank you, Callista, for that wonderful, intrepid reporting with Jordan Farrell. You heard him right there, Ridge, saying that he knew that Michigan was going to play compact, taking a page out of Chattanooga's book. He is going to make 2 changes, but didn't seem to be too thrilled at that first half, but he knew what Michigan was going to offer.
Well, I think he thought the players would be able to kind of raise themselves and maybe play a little crisper, a little sharper. It looked good at times, but I don't think the tempo was sufficiently high enough for long enough periods to really force Michigan into making errors. The pace was kind of something they were comfortable with, and depending on what kind of changes the Roots make, we'll definitely probably see a quicker tempo and maybe other substitutions as well to keep that intensity level raised, because I thought only a few times during the first half did the Roots really push and carry the play. They had more of the possession, but they didn't really force Michigan to scramble much and chase the game.
There'll be 1 change for Michigan. There'll be 2 changes for Oakland in this second half. Yannick Ekenrode in the match now for Michigan, as well as Ariel Mumba for Oakland. And Peter Pearson in for Johannes Harish. So a little bit of shuffling and changing from both coaches in this second half. 0-0 the score here at Laney. Boy, would Oakland love to win their first ever NISA game, and Michigan are looking to get some points in the table in their second ever NISA match after having their first professional match last week. Here's Andreas Schalbad.
And remember, Harish did get a yellow card, as Jordan Farrell mentioned. So Pearson comes in. Pearson started the game last week. Maybe not quite as offensive a player as the player who replaced him, Manny Gonzalez, but Gonzalez has been doing a lot of the holding work in midfield so far. So with a little bit of a different pairing, we'll be able to see how that manifests itself, particularly in how it gets the ball up the front, the attacking trio of Hoya, Fondi, and McInerney. And you see Hoya now is pushed into the middle more as Pearson takes up the spot on the right side of midfield.
Here is Abador. His ball wayward a bit. 1 back here as Oakland settles in for the second half. Gonzalez, Fondi. And Heredia, and it looks like a foul and a restart coming for Michigan. Here's Yunshai, and the flag is raised for offside. Pandora is proud to be the presenting halftime sponsor of The Roots. Discover personalized music, podcasts, and more, all with Pandora. And if you want to relive the magic of tonight, remember to check out all the music and sounds from tonight's game by searching Oakland Roots in your Pandora app. And our guest, Steve Sparks of My Ute Soccer, really nice interview. Could have chatted for a long time trying to give opportunity for kids to play this great game, the world's game, here in Oakland. He grew up in Kingston, Jamaica, got the idea to start this after the 2006 World Cup. Ball over the top here for McInerney.
Already was right there in a good spot for support, and McInerney just missed him with the pass. Been a few cases of so close for the Roots here tonight. The shot off the bar, of course, the offside goal disallowed, and a couple of other decent chances. So far, they just haven't had enough precision in front of goal, and they really haven't turned enough possession into meaningful scoring opportunities. But they're still at 0-0, and they might be the fitter team here in the second half, Charles. I think that's one thing I'm going to watch especially closely. If they can make Michigan run more, they may be able to open up more space.
2 changes for the Roots, 1 for Michigan. And a tug there on Manny Gonzalez by Zanin Mahic, who's on a yellow.
Just making sure he still had both sleeves there after he got into that tussle.
Here is Adekora. Now Peter Pearson, who had a really nice game last week. It was withdrawn for Manny Gonzalez, who played that through ball for McInerney. Hoya, as Michigan looks to clear their lines.
Michigan is still trying to keep at least 2 players in the immediate vicinity whenever Hoya gets the ball. They're shifting over. Those assignments sometimes change, but there's not been a lot of space for Hoya. You saw what he did late in the half. Great left-footed shot, nearly scored. Goalkeeper made an excellent save.
Adekora. Pearson. Pearson, who last played at South Georgia, Tormenta, USL League One. Gonzalez. McInerney playing a little bit deeper. Here's Benji Hoya. And now Adu. Mahic will chase. Adekora tracking this down. Bental heads away for a throw-in. Pearson. Jordan Farrell liked his work last week. He was clean, he was gritty. In between the lines, being able to win back tackles and win back possession. That's that role that he likes to play in, Peter Pearson.
A very tidy player, a very tidy performance. Didn't give up the ball with bad touches, didn't overrun plays, get into bad spots. Very intelligent performance last week.
Littleton.
Interesting formation the Roots are playing here since they pulled Navarro out. They're really only playing with 2, quote, defenders, unquote. It's almost like it's a 4 in the back with Heredia stationed right there. It's kind of trying to play in the left back, left wing back position at the same time. Mumba's gone into the midfield, as we said. Littleton is still on the right. And it looks like Pearson is kind of the ostensible right back. So something a little different now from the Roots. We'll see how it transforms.
Heredia. Gonzalez. McInerney. Through ball here for Yunshai. He's got a step on Abador.
Abador took a good angle, though. If he had gone for the ball, he would have been in real trouble. He would have been stranded without cover. So he just took the angle to take the ball away, take the angle away from Yunshai. Yunshai tried to put the ball into the middle, and Bailey collected it easily.
Adekora. Now his center back partner Abador. Navarro out of the game. Again, Ridge 4 in the back here for Oakland. More of a classical 4-3-3, but again, it seems like their central midfield players are doing quite a bit of work. Here's Pearson, he slips. A couple slippages here on this turf, seeming to be a bit of a theme as well.
Well, just on this side, it doesn't seem to be a problem on the other side. I imagine there'd be more sunlight perhaps on the far side of the field because the sun sets behind our commentary position. But it's definitely looked to be a factor more so than we thought. Wasn't able to walk the whole field, but it seemed like he was in good shape. But we haven't seen some guys slipping on this side of the field closest to us.
Benji Hoya, Angel Heredia, on for Ariel Mumba. His cross hangs up in the air, brought down by McInerney, and it's Gonzalez!
That was the perfect pass from Jack McInerney. Gonzalez was lining it up, and you saw last week what he could do with passing over distance. That time, he really hit that shot well, but it did not catch the post.
Oh, Gonzalez would have become an instant folkloric hero, even more than he's become from his wonderful ball last week in front of this crowd too.
Well, he may have had the assist of the week last week. That would have been a candidate for goal of the week had it gone in, but still, the Roots have not been able to crack this Michigan Stars defense.
Adekora has Littleton, closed down by Chalbad. Here comes Michigan. Chalbad onto his right. It's Kyle Newell, the captain, top of the area. Kyle Newell, and cleared away.
Mumba with a good job of chasing to force him wide, so he wasn't able to get a good angle on the shot, and eventually it was blocked.
Well, you saw Adekora hesitate a little bit there, and that's why.
There's McInerney spotting Gonzalez, and he rips this one. He might have glanced off a defender as well, but the referee did not call it. Let's see the referee, the goalkeeper gets a good look here. Comes out of a crowd of players. He was on top of it, though. He made a good reaction.
Here's Gonzalez. Can Fondy get there? He's in a foot race with Bental, and it's a corner.
Roots have definitely picked up the level here to start the second half, consistently pushing Michigan Stars back, and they've earned another corner kick. Taking quickly.
Gonzalez looking for Hoya, and they just could not get on the right page.
Well, Hoya was all set to serve it with the right foot, maybe first time, and unfortunately Gonzalez, who's shown a great ability to pass, as we know, they just missed that connection. He might be the man of the match so far. A great save in the first half off the crossbar, Arish Baba.
Here's Mumba, and everybody protesting for the foul on Chalbad.
Michigan Stars player wanted a card. They thought Mumba came in over the top there. But the referee decides not to hand out a caution.
Restart coming for Michigan Stars. In no hurry to take it either.
Chalbad still pleading his case, but referee awards the free kick and nothing else.
Here's Adu.
There's a replay real quickly there, and he did come up kind of high.
Pearson. Mumba. Still Ariel Mumba chasing and cleared away by Bental. Oakland ratcheting up the pressure.
But it was the rugged attention of Valdamas there that prevented the shot from coming in early. And eventually a teammate came over to scrape it free.
Hoya to take. Adekora. Abidor in there. And it cleared away. Yunshai.
I see a sub off the bench for Michigan. We'll get the ID as soon as we can, as they'll make another change. Oh.
Over the sideboards goes Cameron Schneider,
He
the
bounces
right back.
out. Wow. Met the tough guy of the match award for that one.
Here's Benji Hoya. He's got McInerney in there. Hoya, can it fall for Fondy? And it's just over his head.
I think that was Ben Tal who just got enough of it to lift it over McInerney's head. Otherwise, it was going to be a good chance for the Roots leading striker.
Yeah, those sideboards, we saw it last week as well. They're not too kind to either visiting players or players on the Roots side. They're a little bit dramatic in kind of inducing the dramatic there, those boards on the far side.
Looks like he was able to get his hands down as he went over, and he bounced right back up. So apparently none the worse for wear. We'll keep an eye on him, see how he gets through this last portion of the second half.
Well, hearing the supporters on the far side as well, they only help with the drama of those sideboards. Travis Ward will now enter the game here for Michigan Stars, and Reynolds will be withdrawn. Now, Reynolds withdrawn, Ward in the game, headed away by Ben Tal. And now Mumba. Here's Gonzalez. Anacora. Mahich. Newell for the substitute Ward. And good defending by Abador, coming over to make that tackle. Adu. And the offside flag raised.
Quick reminder, NISA, 5 substitutions per team. So both teams have plenty of options here for the remainder of the half an hour or thereabouts to play.
Gonzalez. Littleton asking for the ball on the right. Right in front of our broadcast position. Here's Peter Pearson. Heredia. Pearson. Gonzalez taking his time, looking up. Fondy. It's Jack McInerney.
Whoa. That was so well set up. And Jack McInerney, who's got a great first touch, had time to collect it. Remember last week, a great first touch set him up for the goal in the 93rd minute. And that one just couldn't bring it down quickly enough. But look at that beautiful chest ball from Fondy. And there's McInerney not getting that right at all. He just had a bad bounce or a bad touch.
Here is Kyle Newell on the counter-attack. Good speed here from Newell, the captain. Brings the ball all the way to the left corner. Has Chalbot with him. And now Ward. Ward will have a go. Not a bad effort there from Travis Ward.
Well, second half, probably, we've already seen more chances than we did in the first 45 minutes. Not necessarily the high quality of chances on Benji Hoya's excellent shot that was saved. Here it is again from a good distance. Bailey's all over it. Game has definitely opened up there here for the second half.
Gonzalez taking his time, looking up, looking to find McInerney. And now Mahich. He's got a couple runners with him. Ward wanted it to his feet, was asking for it. And I think that was a preview of what you're going to see here from Michigan in this last 28 minutes to half hour, as hold-up play by Mahich and then into the feet of Ward or Newell if they can get that. Yeah, you saw really, Newell's pace.
Right, yeah, and they haven't really got the ball a lot to Yunshai, who was supposed to be their kind of their main scoring threat. They played him in the middle last week against Cal United and tried to find him with long balls. He's playing on the right wing today. But they've had some success. There's no question about that.
Mumba for Heredia, and now Hoya. Referee gives the advantage, and he'll pull it back.
The kick. Right, he's going to give the caution.
So Schneider's booked, and the free kick now upcoming. Excuse me, just the yellow card.
Right, he let the play continue because he was going to give the caution. He thought Hoya was in on maybe a better opportunity than the set play, and here's we'll take a look at it again. Watch Hoya get it onto the right foot. There's the foul in the background. Play on. Hoya did not line it up well. He missed badly on that one. But he's getting on the ball more thanks to a more central position and some good work on the right side by Littleton to open up the space in the middle.
Here's Mahic and now Chalba. Michigan looking for their first points in Nisa. Oakland trying to find a win here at home. They've not performed well here at Laney College, and that's the idea, that's the intention, if they can pick up some points. And Yunshai crosses it in, looking for Mahic, out to the substitute, and the substitute, Yannick Eckenrode, over the bar.
So Eckenrode and Ward, the two subs, have both put themselves into good positions. Attempts on goal, Ward shot, bounce to the keeper, and now another look here. That's not a good clearance by Abador, although he did manage to get it outside the box. No lack of confidence there from Eckenrode. He struck it over the top.
Here is Abador. One back by Heredia. Good work. And they're protesting for the throw-in on the far side.
Roots thought that Heredia was fouled by Reynolds, by Schneider trying to get that ball back, but the referee went the other way with the throw.
Ward. One back nicely here, looking for Kyle Newell. Better link-up play by these front 3-4 from Michigan Stars, Mahic, Newell,
We've seen Newell playing as like a winger as well in that as a second forward, and Mahic, the central player that we mentioned before, is very lively, very hard to track. He moves a lot. He's physical as well.
And Ward winning this one back and starting the attack. He's just playing underneath Mahic as well, the number 11 here. Wanted to take it quickly. The referee has other ideas.
Well, both teams have provided greater offensive impetus, through their substitutions. Like I say, the first 20 minutes of this second half have certainly featured more attacking play, more ball in the other team's defensive third than we saw in the first 45 minutes, but still no goals.
Mahic and Abador. Good defending, back to goal Mahic.
Yeah, real edge to this game here in the second half, The first 44 minutes, like you say, there was a lot of settling in, some sporadic opportunities, but now both teams, many more meaningful possessions when they get the ball in the middle third going forward.
Foul as Littleton goes to ground. And Oakland asking for a yellow on Littleton. He's performed well on this right side. McInerney for Hoya, end line, Hoya looking for the return run of McInerney. Mahic closed down nicely by Gonzalez.
And Mahic again all the way back, helping defend, so it's not just the two lines of the back line defenders and the midfielders. Mahic is very active.
Here's Sullivan to clear. Pearson.
Good hard work there by Littleton. Didn't seem to show any ill effects of that collision. It took him a few seconds to recover. He battled all the way to win that ball, and the Roots are were turning it into a nice possession with the switch of play. And again, Gonzalez in the middle. They're missing those passes. Sometimes they're overloading to the left, which is Jordan Farrell wants, but he also wants that space to be used centrally. And the Roots have missed a few opportunities throughout this game.
Throw in here for Michigan on the far side in front of the Stars bench. Peter Stremel has to be happy with the performance. Stremel, excuse me.
Definitely. I think that German background, you always think of the German teams as being organized and well drilled, and they certainly have looked at here today. You know, the periodic breakdowns you would expect. They're a team that is just getting their feet wet at a professional level after playing NPSL last year. And you know, I think they're gaining in confidence the longer they go without giving up a goal.
We've got Callista Tyree pitch side, and she's got some information and analysis for us. Callista. All right, we'll get some updates from Callista in just a little bit. And a substitution coming here. Littleton is going to be withdrawn. And Alex Garuba in the game now for Nikolay Littleton. So he replaces the right wing back, as Jordan Farrell likes to play with a high right wing back and a high left wing back. Nikolay Littleton slotting in for Robert Hines, who was sent off last week. Spoke to Robert Hines before the game, and there's been some nice friendship between him and Littleton over this week, and handshakes and all sorts of stuff, pumping him up for his debut here this evening. Performed well on this right side, but also had to do a defensive job with Kyle Newell as well. Wasn't easy for Nikolay Littleton today. Throw in, and Fondy was chasing, but Bental got there first. And now we're going to go to Callista Tyree pitch side.
Thanks, Charles. And just looking at the first half and looking at this beginning of the second half, what Coach Jordan Farrell said, that the Roots are kind of not taking advantage of their scoring chances right now. We've seen that the Michigan defense is kind of falling apart right now, but the Roots really need to take advantage of this and get a goal in as soon as possible. Back to you, Charles.
Thank you, Callista. Much appreciated, and appreciate you being pitch side. Sometimes we can't, myself and Rich can't always see what you're seeing. So appreciate that insight from Coach Farrell, wanting to see if they can get that goal. Here is Matt Fondy. Can he create or be the architect of something? Looking for that return run of Benji Hoya.
Look what they had on the left, though. See, there's another example. They overloaded the right, and then he cut toward the middle. He had two opportunities to play the ball on the left side. Instead, he went through the middle. Not the worst choice, but he had players open elsewhere.
Gonzalez, here's McInerney. McInerney with 7 goals in an Oakland Roots shirt. Will there be more is the question. 6 last season, a goal already to his name this season. He's played all over Major League Soccer, Montreal, LA Galaxy. Played at Indy 11, had 10 goals in 30 matches as well. Played at Portland Timbers. So very much the most experienced player in this Roots side. Will he again find some glory, find the Roots maybe some points this evening? Here's Garuba. Gonzalez. Hoya leaving off for McInerney. Benji Hoya. He'll let Mumba in there and cleared away for a Roots corner.
Another good setup, nice sequence. Got the ball out to the left, and only an excellent sliding clearance by Ben Tall got it out. Roots with another corner.
Sixth corner of this game, second of the half. It's Hoya. McInerney heads down. And Jack McInerney pointed his head towards the ground while he headed it. Roots' next home match, with 6 home games remaining after today. Oakland Roots prorated 2020 spring memberships are now available, along with specially priced tickets for each game. Memberships include a complimentary member gift, entry to all home games, exclusive discounts, and it looks like a penalty has been called. Jack McInerney goes to ground, and he's won a penalty.
Let's take a look at this again. McInerney getting on the inside. There's definitely contact there. Ball comes off the shoulder. I can see why the Michigan Stars are upset. That looked like a fair challenge, shoulder to shoulder. No grabbing, no pulling, and no trip. But the referee pointed to the spot. And now we'll get to see Arish Baba. He came right up and gave the ball again. Let's take a look from ground view.
Now it was Goni Bental with that. And here is Jack McInerney. Arshia Baba in goal. As you said, Reggie gave the ball right to McInerney. Hands on his hips. Looking at the ground. Moving his head side to side ever so slowly.
Here we go.
McInerney, he does it again for Oakland, time and time again. He punches his team into the lead. Oakland 1, Michigan 0. 15 minutes to go.
Not all big-time strikers like to take penalties. It's not an instinctual thing. You have to think about it a lot. And the goalkeeper could get into your head by handing you the ball and say, here you go ahead. But McInerney, cold as ice, put that ball, he drilled it low into the corner, and no goalkeeper in the world is going to save that one. And now the Roots have a lead, a lead with 15 minutes to play.
He's now up to 8 goals in his career in Oakland. And for all the attacking that Oakland was, that they had here, Ridge, they won a penalty. He converts the penalty.
Arish Baba kind of made that left-hand gesture like he was going to that direction. He went the other way. I don't think McInerney really cared. That ball was low and in the corner.
Julio Cervantes now in the game for Matt Fondy. 15 minutes to go here for Oakland. McInerney putting that one in the back of the net, slotting home off of the penalty. And they close the game out is the question. A little bit of a slip there on the turf by Adu. And suddenly for Michigan, does it become potentially another 1-0? And it already is, basically. Here is Hoya. Benji Hoya on his left. Benji Hoya making that run. On the far side, McInerney.
Well, they conceded at about the 60th minute last week. Had a half an hour to get back into the game, did Michigan Stars. Could not do it. Much less time here tonight. But they do have a couple subs that they have not used. Have to see what Stremel decides to do for the last 15 minutes to try to carve a goal, their first NISA goal out of this match here at Laney College.
Yeah, they've been organized, they've played well, but not enough in attack this evening just yet. Here's Ward, Mahic, top of the area. Mahic goes down, referee waves it away.
Saw good defending there, Charles. You just crowd the player. You don't want to slide in. You don't want to give the referee an easy chance to make a penalty.
Here's Ward. Ooh, and Bailey And fumbles that a bit there. And concedes a corner.
Yes, Bailey wasn't sure about whether he should play it or not. I thought it was pretty obvious he was going wide, and maybe he looked up and panicked a bit because that was a ball that should not have given up for a corner. Let's hope for the Roots' sake that it's not going to be a costly mistake. Bailey last weekend, this week, has done just about everything he's had to do. He's done well.
And here's Yunshai to take. Yunshai's got Ward in there over everyone's head. Away there, cross back in. Bailey on his line. Calmly receives it, pushing his teammates up the field.
I think that goal energized about 4,000 people here to be coaches. I'm getting a lot of advice shouted from the stands to everybody about play here, do this, go that. This crowd is really starting to feel the hope that it's going to be the first victory ever for this team. Let's see how the players respond to that pressure. They're definitely getting a lot more support from the crowd since that goal went in.
Yeah, it's a special crowd, and a crowd that obviously understands what they're trying to do here. They know that this team would like to get their first league win in front of their home fans, and it's important to do so, especially as a newer franchise and having sellout crowds like this. Here's Adekora, and he played that well.
That's a very experienced defender. Wait until the player made a little bit of a mistake on his touch, got in between him and the ball, and drew the foul. It's just, we talk about how much Nana has played around. He's played for Toronto, he's played in San Jose, he's played for the Deltas and their championship team in the NASL. The role of a player on a team like this that's got a lot of younger guys, they haven't gone through this. You know, you play in front of 100 people at high school or whatever, and here you are, the crowd of thousands, right? Some of them in their hometown, like Littleton, Oakland kid playing up here. So the value of an Adekora, I think, will grow and grow as the season unfolds.
Here's Adu. He goes to ground, cramping up just a little bit too. They want to get on with it. Into the feet of Newell. And now Chalbad. Looking for Yunshai, on here for Mahic. Still Mahic, and almost had a step there on David Abador. Crossed over to the right, here's Schneider, and it's off the bar. There's Ward, and Taylor Bailey to the rescue again.
The entertainment and value of this game just skyrocketed. The Brutes finally got a goal. They've got the lead and very nearly conceded the equalizer. Bailey goes up, doesn't touch it. It comes off the bar. Ward is there, and Bailey makes a nice recovery, as goalkeepers have to do. Anytime a goalkeeper hits the ground, the first thing he's told to do is get on his feet. And the Roots escape, barely.
Well, that diagonal, that cross from Schneider, which hit the bar there, brought down, and Ward was right there on that left side to head back to Taylor Bailey. Didn't have as much space probably to put it onto his right foot to open up. But again, Bailey, he's been a little bit different tonight. He's been calm, he's been balanced. He's made one slight little error here and there for that one corner, but he's been good tonight, Taylor Bailey, when they've needed him.
Well, he needs them. They need him to stay calm, stay settled. You can tell them the pressure starting to get to the Roots now. They know how close they are. They don't want to give it away right now. Good work there from Pearson. That's what we talk about. Comes back. Guy can't even see him because he's coming in from behind, picks his pocket.
Here's Pearson. On here for Benji Hoya. He's got Garuba out to his right. Garuba making a lovely run. It's Garuba! Oh, and it's right there for Oakland. And the goal is given. The goal is given, a second for Oakland. A wonderful goal. Benji Hoya to Alex Garuba.
And the Stars, I believe, won another offside call or maybe a pushing foul. And the ball that was touched just as it was going in or just past the line. We'll have to get another look at it. Garuba, an excellent job fighting off the defender, taking that pass. Let's take a look at that. There's Benji Hoya splitting two defenders, beats a whole line of players. And there's Garuba, gets his foot on it with the right. There's the left. And it was going in anyway, although it was touched over the line. I think it's Cervantes is in there going in. Let's take another look.
Cervantes, Garuba.
2-0 is all that matters, Charles. Count it up any way you like, but like you said, Hoy with another great pass. Garuba just into the game as a sub, puts the shot on frame, and Cervantes is there to make sure. 2-0 for the Roots, and under 7 minutes to go. It's getting really close.
Oakland 2, Michigan 0. Is there more here? Here's Heredia. McInerney's in there. Cleared away. Gonzalez. Chalbon and Ward running into each other. The goal scorer, Garuba. Back to the feet of Gonzalez, who has worked so hard tonight, tireless in central midfield, earned his place in this team tonight. Manny Gonzalez. Ball over the top from Atakora. And with that second goal there, just a little bit of a relief that they've got the second.
Oh, I think it's a big relief. I think it's a big relief.
Mumba. And Oakland taking their time. They've had a lot of the possession this evening.
Yeah, they've done most of the work. I mean, Michigan Stars have pushed forward on occasion and caused some problems, but the Roots finally got the reward for all their hard work and all the diligence in getting that penalty kick.
Here is Cervantes. He has McInerney, top of the area. Cervantes! Well, the crowd wants more, and so does Oakland. So do these Roots. Julio Cervantes, who touched the ball while the ball was trickling in the net for that Garuba chance.
He's added a lot of energy on that right flank, which is exactly what you want. Now he can do the defensive work, and if he gets the ball forward, just push it as deep as he can into the other team's half.
Well, 5 minutes to go. Oakland not stopping. They want more. And Jordan Farrell telling us in the midweek press conference that we have with him that the goals will come, the floodgates will open. And they had one, they got another. Does Michigan have a response, or is there more from this Oakland team as Michigan kind of opens up a bit to chase this game?
Well, they did bring on some subs. Like I said, Eckenrode and Ward both had good chances when the game was 0-0. So if something catastrophic would have happened from the Roots, then they would have gone down a goal, and who knows what happens. But they held their nerve. They battled through the 75th minute. Got a penalty kick that might have been a little bit controversial, to say the least, but they certainly earned the right to take the lead. They did on a penalty by McInerney, and then scored a wonderful second goal to put them in a position to get their first ever victory. Garuba is being credited with that goal, so even though it was touched on the way in, it's Garuba with the official confirmation of Charles Wohlen right again.
You're too kind, Rich. You're too kind. Throw in here for Oakland. McInerney. All the way back to goalkeeper Bailey. Just looking to see this game out now. Do or die time now for Michigan Stars, who have been very organized, and they weathered the storm in the first half. They gave up a goal last week right around the hour mark. They gave up a goal this week from a penalty on the 75th minute here from McInerney. And it might be too little too late now for Michigan Stars.
Yeah, I don't think it's I think their front three is a pretty good combination. I think if they get a little more support, a little more impetus from the midfield, you know, they maybe have some success here in their first pro season after coming up from NPSL. But it's a big, steep learning curve, as teams are finding out.
Ariel Mumba. Space opening up for him. He's looking for Cervantes, who won possession back. An offside flag is raised. And he kind of skirted around that back line there.
I think Cervantes is going to be a good addition. Again, we're just getting a few minutes here against maybe a dispirited opponent, but he doesn't seem shy at all about taking people on, getting into the attack. Followed up that shot that Garuba actually put into the net, and then came up a little bit later, ripped a right-footed shot from kind of a sharp angle, but wasn't afraid to try his luck from distance.
Sullivan heads down, Adu. And now Yunshai for Mahich. Could have fallen for Ward. He was eager to get on the ball, and he's been bright since he's come on. Here is Travis Ward, still Ward, top of the area, and then cleared away by Mumba. Newell in the corner versus Garuba, a goal scorer. Ward, once more, still Ward. Ward, oh, and what a goal by Travis Ward for Michigan Stars, their first goal as a professional club here in Nisa. Oakland 2, Michigan 1.
Well, we mentioned the substitutes had come on, Eckenrode and Ward, and brought some impetus to the attack, and here it is again. Ward gets his pass blocked by Pearson and then just takes a rip. It takes a deflection and rockets in under the crossbar. Bailey may have, that ball may have taken the deflection, like I say. Let's take a look from behind the goal. Initial pass, but regardless, that's an excellent strike. And so it's not going to be quite as easy as the Roots may have thought. They have to ride out some anxious few minutes. I think we have 2 minutes of stoppage time. With that celebration of the goal, that's probably going to be extended a little bit.
Travis Ward, again, as I was just saying, very bright when he's come on. He's just scored, got his team back into this one. Is there more? Here's Chalbad. And now Kyle Newell. His cross, it hangs up.
Just backed up and got it. That was dangerous. Whether it was a cross or a shot didn't really matter. Bailey had to backpedal furiously, just got a hand on it. And the Roots are making it interesting. Here it is again.
Well, Kyle Newell.
Look at that. It's dropping in just under the bar. Oof, Bailey just gets a piece of it.
Well, Taylor Bailey.
Oof, that's a good save.
Just gets his fingertips to this. Michigan, everyone's in the 18 for them here, except for two. Crossed in. Ward is there. So is Bailey. Of course, Bailey, as he makes that save, diving to his right. 2 minutes of stoppage time now. Crowd on its feet on the far side of the mosaic stand. "45 seconds into the stoppage time. Can Oakland see it through? Garuba's goal stands so far as the match winner and potential first ever win for Oakland Roots in Nisa.
And remember, that's at least 2 minutes. At least 2 minutes. The referee can give more, and since there was a goal that Michigan Stars scored, we'll probably go a little bit beyond that official 2 minutes.
Mumba on this left side. Free kick upcoming here for Michigan Stars.
Well, there'll be a lot of build-up for the next home game. It's not until April 4th against Detroit City. The Roots will be on the road the next few weeks. So if you want to come out here to Laney College and see this action, April 4th is the next home game.
Ben Tall is all the way up the field as a makeshift striker as Michigan chases the game. Fans whistling, they want the final whistle. The ball over the top for Hoya. Michigan Stars saying that he was offside. They got to throw numbers forward here. And again, Ridge, you're right. Ward's goal on the 90th minute mark. Ward, and Pearson made that tackle. Came off the head of Ward. Ward's on the ground. It would be an Oakland goal kick. Travis Ward up on his feet now.
There's the referee looking at his watch, and Ward amazing impact here after coming out as a sub. We mentioned he was dangerous in the first, after he came on, put a shot on goal that Bailey stopped, scored an excellent goal right there at the last minute of regulation time to make it really interesting down the stretch.
Referee Turan Ozdemir checking his watch here. The fans are whistling for it, and he does blow the final whistle. With two shorts, blow the whistle. A big win, a sigh of relief. Oakland Roots have won this evening here at Laney College. The second goal coming from the right back, Alex Garuba. The first goal scored by Jack McInerney, his 8th in an Oakland shirt, his 2nd of the year. 2 goals in 2 matches for Jack McInerney. Michigan Stars just too little too late, but Travis Ward had a wonderful goal. It came off the underside of the bar and went into the back of the net. But the thrill of victory tonight for Oakland, that is the theme. They wanted to get this win. They wanted to win at home. They hadn't won a NISA game in the fall. They've now won a game here in the spring. The tie last week, the win this week. They won't be home for a couple of weeks, but they got the job done. So, Callista Tyree is standing by with Nana Atakora, the captain of the night, pitch side.
And here we have the man of the match presented by Little Giant Ice Cream, Nana Atakora. Nana, tell us the feeling of getting this win today.
It feels great. First win of the season. A good way to kickstart a run for us, hopefully. So we want to make home a fortress, so hopefully we can continue getting points at home.
Yeah. And what was your message to this defense today? You guys coming in with the loss, trying to get that win before going on the road?
No, it's simple. Just win. At the end of the day, we could play the prettiest soccer we want, but if we don't win, it doesn't matter. So I'm happy we got the win, and we look forward to our next game.
Yeah. How do you feel going about on the road with the team now?
On the road, there's no pressure, right? So we just need to go in there, make it difficult for them, and hopefully we could, score goals and keep goals out of our goal.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Nana. Thank you. Back to you, Charles.
Thanks, Callista. The hero, Nana Atakora, in that back line tonight. He adds such a wonderful presence. We'll be right back to wrap this thing up after these messages. Oakland 2, Michigan 1.
Work that. 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 Work that.
I'm really excited to be a part of EBCE because of all the opportunities it'll offer me to save money.
I was surprised to find out that I could actually have a choice about where my energy comes from.
Thanks to EBCE, our kids are going to have a clean planet to live on when they're older.
I need the power to work in my studio. Of course, I'd love to be able to use more renewable energy.
We now have choices, and I'm happy to choose East Bay Community Energy as my source for local clean power.
Dr. Roth, thank you so much for talking to me today. This facility in particular has something really unique and special. It has an urgent care that deals only in orthopedic issues.
It's a hard task for a regular urgent care or an ER to be able to do everything. They have to be able to manage chest pain, they have to be able to manage an ingrown toenail, and so we figured that why don't we just open up our own urgent care just for these exact kinds of injuries.
I feel inspired now to go get my knee looked at this
Come
point.
anytime.
But, thank you so much.
No problem. Thanks a lot.
Welcome back to Laney College, the thrill of the 3 points. And you're looking at Jack McInerney, who scored the opening goal of this game from the penalty spot. There's Taylor Bailey high-fiving all the fans in the Mosaic stand. Let's take a look at the highlights of this second half. Well, here's the penalty call. Goni Bental over the back of Jack McInerney.
Definitely made contact into the back. People will argue that maybe it was just fair contact, but McInerney waited it out, gave the keeper no chance, and the Roots finally have a lead, 1-0 with about 15 minutes to go.
Jack McInerney with his 8th goal in an Oakland shirt. 2nd goal of the season in his 2nd match of the year. Oh, there was another chance on the counter here for Michigan Stars. It was Travis Ward, but the shot came in from Cameron Schneider. And what a little strike that was from the right back. Ward tried to catch Bailey off his line after it came off of the bar. But this ended up being the match-winning goal. The through ball here to Alex Garuba from Benji Hoya.
Keeper gets a piece of it, but it's going in anyway. Touched over, and it looked like the Roots was all over at 2-0, but the Stars still had a chance to come back. Here's another look at that. Look at Garuba, right foot, poke with the left, just nudges it into the corner. Wonderful finish under pressure.
Well, that 2nd goal really woke up Michigan Stars. They hadn't scored a goal yet in their last NISA game, their first NISA game last week, and then this week they finally do through the feet of Travis Ward. A nice little exchange here, and a wonderful, well-taken finish.
You see Bailey there, he wanted Ward to be closed down, but Ward saw the space and hit a great shot under the bar. It was very late in the game. Bailey had to be on his toes again. That's an excellent save. Otherwise, it would have been another frustrating tie for the Roots. But Bailey got his hand to it, and the fans really have something to celebrate now. First win for the Roots, ever.
New flavors every day. Check them out at littlegianticecream.com. Our man of the match tonight is Nana Adakora, the captain of this Oakland Roots side. Plays in that back line, the center back. Did a wonderful job tonight.
Well, there were a lot of players you could cite as heroes because it was a tough game, up and down, back and forth. Michigan Stars did give them a lot of problems. But McInerney converted the penalty. Garuba came on as a sub and scored. And even though Ward scored late, another save by Bailey. And the Roots come away 2-1 victory and have something to savor going into the next few weeks on the road, back home in early April.
The Tribune building lit up in all sorts of colors there, celebrating this Oakland Roots victory. Purple, green, red, all of the colors, as you can see there. Wonderful, nice little site there, the Tribune building, built in 1927, of course, and the Tribune building's concept was up in 1906. So, from Laney College, alongside my colleagues here, Callista Tyree and Ridge Mahoney. My name is Charles Woolen. Thank you so much for helping to grow the game of soccer in our country by tuning into this broadcast. That's exactly what you do. The final score from Oakland. It is Oakland 2, Michigan 1. We'll see you next time. Cheers. Have a good night.